Parents and students, this is Miss Collins at Gross Elementary School, and here's how to log into StemScopes while your students are working at home. They go into https www.stemscopes.com from any browser. Once they're into the site, they can use the login information on the right-hand corner of the screen. Go down to login. Students have their student ID number, so they'll enter it here at online.houston.isd.org. Then they'll enter the generic password that we use in class by clicking on the login button and entering their password. Once you enter your password and your student ID, you can click the login button. Now, I'm going to not save this one, but you can save it so you don't have to log in each time you go into StemScopes. When you first go in, you'll start with assignments. You can see that at the very top. And you will see all of the assignments that are set up for today or each day. So here we have a video, a virtual investigation, exit ticket, a science game, and a do now. So the class is set up so that it's very similar to the way that we do in-class work. Student needs to go in and find their do now. The do now for this class is a pre-assessment, so make sure you get started on that right away. This will be an assessment to see how much you already know about this topic that we're doing this week called adaptations. Once you finish with your do now, the next thing is to do a a content connections video. So once you go through this video, it's going to teach you more about adaptations. Specifically for today, we'll be looking at animal adaptations. After you view the video, you'll move to a virtual investigation. This is an online lab, just like we do the science lab at school. You will go through a virtual investigation to learn more about adaptations. Now make sure you go completely through the investigation because there are some questions at the end to see how much you've learned from your lab. After that, we will have an open-ended response assessment. This is like an exit ticket to see how much you've learned in today's lessons. Now I've added a couple of fun games, or one game for this particular lesson, that you can go through to help with concept review. So vocabulary or information that you've learned today, this will be a fun way for you to kind of review that information. Make sure that when you go into the assignments, for example, going into the pre-assessment, let's just look at the do now. Now, in this case, you have a couple of buttons at the top. If you need to read a little bit more carefully, you can actually increase the size of the text. We won't really need these buttons for callouts, but we also have a dictionary mode. If you need to go into the dictionary and look up words, you can always do that from here. Here is an area where we can use our relaxed testing strategy when we have questions that we need to answer by highlighting the key words. So you can see in this first question, some adaptations of a hawk has been highlighted or illustrated here. Which of these adaptations most help the hawk keep other hawks out? So we're looking at an adaptation that will keep other hawks out. So to make sure that I highlight that, I can choose another color if I'd like, it doesn't matter. So now I have adaptations of a hawk keep other hawks out of its territory by warning them from far away. So it has to be an adaptation that keeps others out and also warning them from far away. So I'm going to highlight that as well. So now I have some key information from this question. I can also take a look at the adaptations. This hawk has a brown head. It has a loud call, hollow bones, and sharp claws. So when you go through the question, choosing the best answer is located below here. Now, I'm not going to give you the answer. I want you to go through it yourself and think about what the key terms are and what the key statements are in this question and see if you can't choose whether or not it's its brown head, a loud call, hollow bones, or sharp claws. Now, once you finish answering that question, click the next question button and do the same thing with that question as well. Highlight keywords and then choose the best answer. I think you'll do great on that. Once you finish, make sure you save first, that you have saved all of your answers, and then choose Turn In. You can then close that assignment and go back to the remaining assignments that are listed in your assignments portal. I hope this helps. If you have any questions, make sure that you email. I'll be sending out an email on Class Dojo, so please keep in contact there. Good luck and stay well.